we're going to kick things off with our fall home improvement show by tackling our closets. Okay, I don't know if you're like me, but we start the day with a familiar dose of stress. I stare into the closet, I'm overwhelmed, and I'm wondering what to wear, but good news, Rosie Vann-Salam is the owner of Rose Rivets Boutique. She is here to help us with a closet redo by simplifying our wardrobe. I'm so glad to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much.
And the timing couldn't be better because I'm in the process right now of kind of changing up my wardrobe. I bet many of our GMT viewers are going through the same thing because we're starting to bring in some of our fall clothes. I don't have pieces, I have pieces that don't fit. I have pieces that have seen better days. It really is an exercise in decision fatigue. So you say, and also kind of borrowing a pun from Halloween, you say start with some skeleton pieces.
Absolutely. You have to have those pieces to build from. So if you are overwhelmed in your closet, you have to have those building blocks, which I call the skeleton pieces.
All right, so let's start with those building blocks. You got 4 mannequins that are here,
yes,
and you have one staple piece, which when you look at these mannequins, the eye really deceives you. You don't see them as having this one foundational piece, but it's there. So you're calling this first look, you're calling it kind of the formal Barbie look. Tell me more.
So this is basically a play on a little black dress. So it is just a jersey black dress, so the fabric is not fussy. So we are able to use the jewelry to really dress her up. So this is something that you could use for holiday, for example, during the holiday season.
Well, and I love this dress because it's cotton. That means it's super comfortable. It's something that you can easily wash and wear. It's something that you can pack easily too, to keep your suitcase space down. And it looks fantastic.
Yes, this is one of our best-selling lines, actually.
All right, so let's move on. All right, let's do some boot scooting, if you don't mind. A little Western rodeo look. Talk about this fantastic look.
Well, we used the same dress, so you can see she's underneath here. We used a little vest. I think vests are another really great example of skeleton pieces because they just add a lot of style and impact without a lot of effort. We did a scarf, which is a huge trend for fall, so the silk scarf adds a lot of sass. We threw on her little cowboy hat because every Western girl is gonna need a cowboy hat.
Right.
And then our kind of Burberry inspired poncho, which also adds a little fun zest to our Western look.
And check out the belt too.
Yes.
I mean, that is fantastic.
Right.
And just those little pops, you know, you've got a belt, you've got the vest, as you mentioned. That's not something I would have thought about including in my wardrobe, but it makes a lot of sense. And I'm so grateful that scarves are really becoming very fashionable these days because that can just completely transform a look and make you feel very updated and chic.
Absolutely, and people are using them everywhere across their waist, on their handbag, in their hair, so scarves on everything.
All right, so one other thing I wanted to talk to you about is that downsizing our wardrobe, it can really help improve our lives. Can you expand upon that?
Yes. Well, the goal is for you to walk into your closet, right, and feel inspired, not frustrated.
Right.
So in order to do that, you really do have to let go, that's the discipline. So if something still fits but doesn't feel like you anymore, you need to let it go and give it to someone who will get good play out of those pieces because then it eliminates the clutter. You're able to see what you have. You start with those skeleton pieces like the little black dress, dark denim, a blazer, great vest, and then you add in your fun pieces that you don't have to spend as much on and you can show your personality.
I think that is such great advice. All right, now let's look. This is like business look. I love this. The collar, I love that it's a little bit popped. It has such a chic look and it's perfect for the office.
Yes, and you rock that business look all the time.
Oh, thank you, honey.
So the trench coat is also another really fun trend. This is a piece that's never gonna go out of style, but here's the fun part. So we used a button-up under the dress.
Now, okay, and this, what I find, you did some amazing job like tucking this in because that would be my concern is that it looks bunchy, but it doesn't. This looks really smooth and chic.
She hangs really nicely, and again, that's the fabrication of the dress. It's that jersey fabric, so it's very forgiving with layers. But we used a belt to add another fun style element. The great part is you can have all the fun popping the collar. We have her little cuff showing with her print. She's got some fashion girls and cute little pups. And then we did a coin necklace, and my new obsession is brooches on everything.
Okay.
Because you can have like an heirloom
That
piece.
is something I'm starting to collect, are these brooches. They are so much fun. That little pop, that little dazzle is great. All right.
Absolutely.
Now, this is casual. All right. My casual consistently is the yoga pants with the t-shirt. That's like my daily uniform. This is a completely different, updated look of it, where you feel kind of stylish and chic, but you can still feel comfortable.
Yes, we call this at our store, excuse me, where you're not going to lose your fashion card when you're comfortable. And honestly, if you have things in your closet that are not comfortable, you're not going to wear them. They're not going to be your go-to pieces. So we have the little black dress. We threw on a V-neck t-shirt, which everyone should have a great V-neck t-shirt in their closet. A baseball cap, because we don't want to do our hair on casual day. A fun little white sneaker, and then some jewelry because it's an easy throw on, but it's the same black dress.
All right, so if you're still also feeling overwhelmed by your wardrobe and your closet, you can call Rosie and she'll help you as well. Where can people find you, Rosie?
We are in Colleyville, right off Colleyville Boulevard, and then also our social media, Rose Rivets, on Facebook and Instagram.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. This
Thank
has
you
been a
for
lot of fun. I want everything. Yes, please.